What's up, guys? So this is going to be podcast number 2. I'm here with my buddy Joey again for episode 2. We haven't done one in a while here, so I figured we'd do another one. Had a lot of fun making the last one, and you guys seem to like it. So yeah, so we're just going to start off with introduce yourself, Joey, or reintroduce yourself, I guess, for people who haven't heard the first one.
Yeah, I'm Joey. I'm a friend of Kyle's. I've been a friend of his for, well, he's my best friend.
Oh yeah,
been a friend of his for a long time, since high school, and a common interest in cars kind of brought us together.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Just kind of naturally grew from there. But yeah.
Yeah. So last podcast, you owned a JK, a 4-door
Yep.
JK, and now what do you have, good sir?
I was talking about getting a JL last podcast, and I ended up getting a JL. So,
Nice.
But I got a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Freedom Edition, which is kind of like, I'd say it's like a Sport S. It's hard to describe. I mean, it shares a lot of the same things as a Sport S,
Right.
but it's still not as much. Like, it doesn't have the nice nav screen or the 8. Is it a 6? Which size is it? 7?
Is it an 8-inch or 8.4-inch screen?
Yeah, whatever it is, it has the smaller of the screens, and it doesn't have like a premium audio, but it has leather interior, leather steering wheel. It's the 8-speed V6. It's pretty much exactly, I mean, power window. It's pretty much exactly what I
Yeah.
would have wanted out of a Jeep. So,
Right.
no, it was good, and got a good deal on it, and they gave me a good price for my Jeep because I traded mine in, and
Nice.
it all worked out. But
Nice. It's cool. It's not
Oh,
like
yeah,
the Freedom Edition's got a lot of cool like I would call like Easter eggs. You know, it's got all the cool little what Oscar Mike it says
Right.
everywhere, right?
hmm
Yeah, that's cool. It's got like Oscar Mike on the seat, on the back. It's got a lot of cool. It's got some cool decals on it. That it almost reminds me of like back in the day in the TJs. I did a video on like all the different versions of the TJ, and it was like the Apex edition or the Tomb Raider edition. It's kind of like one of those where it's like just the simple little like it's still a TJ, but obviously it's still
Yeah.
a JL, but it has these just little bit like cool features, I guess, and
Yep.
aesthetic pieces that kind of make it different than others.
Yeah,
So,
it adds a unique
you know,
factor. So.
in 20, 25 years it'll be cool. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's gonna be like a cool special edition. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So how do you like it? Like compared to your JK?
I like it a lot, man. The 8-speed transmission is, it's like worlds better. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even close. I'm turning like no more than 2,000 RPMs at all times, where
That's awesome.
before I had a 4-speed automatic and huge tires, and I was
Yeah.
getting terrible gas mileage and revving super high all the time. So, yeah, I mean, that was a big difference and a good improvement. And then also like power windows, power locks. Like, I didn't have any of that on my JK. So,
Really?
so yeah, I mean, like, there's even the creature comforts that the new JL came with was huge. And, but yeah, I love it, man. It's
That's
a cool color. I love white
dude,
Jeeps.
white,
and-
like yeah, exactly.
yeah. So like the white was a big, I mean, that was like kind of got me interested. I didn't really know anything about the Freedom Edition. I
Uh-huh.
was literally looking at, so there were 2 Jeeps. It was the Freedom, and I was really set on like the big screen and the
Yeah.
hard top is what I
Mhm.
really wanted. And then I sat in the Freedom, and it was, the uniqueness was like, okay, this is pretty cool. The
That's
seats are
cool.
cool, and it was actually cheaper than a Sport S, which was a plus, and I love white. The other one was a Stingray, which it was a cool color, but I
Mhm.
think white looks the best out of the JLs, and
Yeah.
it had different wheels it came with, and yeah, I mean, it was just the uniqueness, I think, drew me in
Yeah,
the
that's
most,
awesome.
and yeah, it was a right time and good prices,
Nice.
and everything ended up working out. So
White's probably my favorite color for the JLs for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if I were to get a JL, I'd like on my channel I built a couple or did a couple videos of like what I would build for a Gladiator
Mhm.
or Wrangler, and they were all white. I don't know, just really clean looking. I
yeah,
think.
no, that's
Yeah.
super clean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's cool. So you're happy you upgraded from
100%,
JK to
man.
JL.
Yeah, I think I never really realized I mean, I always thought it was like subtle differences, but when you're driving them, it's not even close.
Really?
How much nicer the JLs are, and that's not ripping on JKs. Obviously I love all Jeeps, but
Right.
I mean, it's just unmatched.
Yeah.
I mean, the JLs they improved everything that they needed to in the new Jeeps,
Mhm.
like where the shortfalls were on the JK, and
Right.
it's just, it shows, and yeah, they're super nice.
That's
and
sweet.
like, even I was telling you before earlier, the soft top technology, like the new technology,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, that used to be kind of like a job on the JK.
It is, or even my TJ.
Yeah.
It's I mean, once you're used to it,
Yeah.
it's fine, but it's definitely a chore for sure.
Yeah. So with the JLs, it's just it's like one pull. I mean, I don't really know what the technology is. I don't think there's a name for it, but literally it's a lever you pull and then the whole top comes back in one motion, and there's no zippers, so you don't have to worry about the corrosion on the zippers or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, just the creature comforts alone, I think, are a huge improvement on the JLs. But yeah, I love it, man. I'm really happy with the decision, and hopefully some. Yeah. I mean, it's
sick.
It's definitely the coolest vehicle I've ever owned so far, and yeah.
Nice. So I guess it leads me to like, what are the plans? Like, what's coming for it?
So plans, I think I'm gonna stay in its stock form for probably at least another year or two. I like the wheels a lot, and it's came with like we talked, the all terrains or whatever. So it's not like it's not set up with like the hideous steel wheels and small tires. Exactly. Like it looks decent for a stock vehicle. I'm not so I guess what I'm saying is I'm not in any rush to get the upgrades going. I get great gas mileage right now, which everybody knows if you go up to 35s, it starts to slowly creep down. And
yeah. So
I mean, that being said, though, the 8-speed I think will be able to handle, the 35s much better than my JK did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean right now, and then I think in a couple years I'd like to get bigger tires, do like Methods. Like,
oh, that'd be sick.
Methods are like
definitely
the best wheels.
My favorite wheel brand.
Yeah. So I don't know what the what is it, the
N. I think the 305 NT or N.
Yeah, whatever it is. There's one method that like everybody.
Block. Yeah, it looks so nice.
Yeah.
I really wish they made him in a 15-inch wheel, because if they made him a 15-inch wheel
sweet.
With the similar like
the TJ would have some methods, is what you're saying.
Exactly, the TJ would have some methods, and it I like the offset too, though. I'd want a little more deeper dish kind of look in the way I have it set up now, but that would be sick. Yeah. So Methods.
Yep, Methods, excellent. And then I'd probably go like I love like I'm big on American made products. I know Cooper is still made like nice. I think Cooper and I think there's one other, but Cooper's one of the only ones that are still made in America.
Cool.
I like the STT Pro. It's like such a sick tire. Nice. Yeah, I like the white lettering on this.
That would be sick. Kind of a little sportier look.
Yeah,
I like that. Yep.
Yeah. So and then I want to get. I mean, obviously, I want to change the bumpers out.
Yeah.
I forget what there's one brand. I think it's called Rock Hard 4x4. Yeah. But they make the one that they make a bumper that integrates the license plate like the stock bumper on the JLs, cool. Where it's because the license plates disconnect from the bumper of the JL. On the JLs, it's in the rear bumper.
Right.
So yeah, they have a nice like full width bumper that looks really good, and then I want to do Rubicon flares.
Yes,
they look stock, but
they look so good though.
Yeah, they look really
like you
good.
Showed me some pictures on Instagram of like I forget what guy his name.
I think this was like Yeti J. Yeah, he has like the best white JL.
It's like perfect.
Yeah,
the JL fenders. Look so good.
I don't think it's a coincidence too. Like a lot of these guys that do these builds end up like you rarely see the JL fenders off. Like you.
Yeah. It looks so good.
Yeah, and they're Highline too, so you don't have to swap them out like the old ones. But yeah, and then I think the front bumper. I like the Mopar Rubicon bumper, but it's so expensive. It's like almost $1,000.
Dang.
And you can get some like pretty sweet bumpers for like 600, 500.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I mean, I probably will end up biting the bullet just because it looks really good and it looks super finished and
it looks epic.
Like my big thing with this one is I want it to look like super clean.
Yeah.
Like I had my JK had like chopped fenders and like spray painted this and that. And I want this one to be like high end, or not high end, but like high quality.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I'll probably end up going with that bumper and then do like lights, because the JL headlights are so bad. I'd like to get like the KC highlights, or I don't know, or I mean like the OEM ones. The OEM Rubicon, like the projectors, but those are $1,000.
My sister, she's got a JL Sahara.
Yeah.
She wants the JL headlights as
I know,
well.
Man.
There's some other companies. She sent me a link on Quadratech, and it was like, I want to say it was either maybe $500 or $600.
Yeah.
And they're like clones of that, but even that is. I'm spoiled with my Sun Pis for like $90.
Yeah, because you can just keep replacing them if they decide to stop working. Mine never did stop working.
And mine are perfect. So yeah, it's tough. But yeah, the new JLs. I mean, they did such a, it's the JL to me is like kind of like a JK 2.0, where it's like they just slightly changed things here and there, and I think it just really made just a lot, I guess, a better difference, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It just they modernized it,
right?
You know, without super changing it. But
yeah, so
did you see those? The ones?
So I've seen these before.
How much are those?
They're $675.
Yeah, even that's so much.
It's so much, and I heard the finish is not like great compared to the stock ones. Like from like how bright they are and how they show up when they're lit up. They're by Deviate, and Deviate makes like. I mean, they're okay. I mean, it's like Smitty built kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, it's decent, but it's not like
top tier.
Speaker,
you know,
exactly. Yeah. Well, like even their bumpers too. I mean, it's like. Their whole brand is like I mean, they have expensive stuff, but a lot of stuff is middle of the road.
Right.
Not bad, not great.
Yeah, I know.
There's definitely better options, but
yep.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't do the OEM ones, I'll just do the KC highlights. Like KC highlights look. I mean, they're not
cool.
Yeah, they're cool. Nice. And you could do like the fogs to match them, but like cool. Baja Designs makes like the best fogs, so we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a lot of money going.
I do have a discount code for them, so
yeah,
maybe I can hook it up.
That would be sweet.
We can do some videos of your Jeep with some Baja Design lights.
Yeah, maybe someday.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so kind of like subtle plans, I guess. I don't want to do anything crazy with this thing anytime soon. So,
but it'll look nice. I mean, the thing about it is a lot of the newer Jeep. I mean, even like a regular, like even a TJ set of wheels and tires really changed the look of the Jeep by a lot.
Yep.
So,
all right. So, do you want to talk about the TJ at all? Any plans?
Sure.
Okay.
So, like I've been saying for a long time, I want to get the metal cloak rock guards for the side of the TJ just to kind of complete the look of the TJ. You know, just kind of get that just done. And then as far as other stuff goes, I think a turbo would be super sick. Dang. I've been kind of watching some videos on YouTube of some turbo TJs, and it just sounds so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be sick. If I could do a turbo kit for it, I think I would. But I don't know. I'm not sure what turbo kit to go with. You know, I know Banks sells one. I don't know. It's tough. I want it to sound more, rowdy, not like a super refined turbo. And I think the Banks one's a little bit more, it's not super loud and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's just to do with exhaust setup. But I think that'd be sick. Make my TJ sound like a turbo dump truck,
like a Supra or something.
Exactly. Dude, yeah, that would be sweet. So I'd like to do that, but we'll see. That's probably not anytime soon. After winter is probably when I'll start doing some more mods. I would like to upgrade my sound system, so I want to get some different speakers in there. I upgraded the speakers in my sister's TJ, and they were Kicker, which I think are fine.
Oh yeah, Kicker's
but
good.
I think I'd like to get some super high quality ones. So I was looking at some Focal speakers. So they make some really nice high end stuff. So I'd like to get probably some Focal speakers put in, or I would obviously put them in. But I think that would be really cool because right now it sounds great. I have that Kicker sub in there in the center console, but it just doesn't. When I'm on the freeway, my tires are loud, my exhaust is loud, the wind. When I have my stereo super loud, the speakers just get distorted. It just can't handle that, higher amperage or whatever getting put to the speaker. So I'd like to upgrade to a better one that won't get distorted when you're trying to listen to it extra loud. So I think that would be really cool. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way it is.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've always liked your
I know.
TJ,
That's like my dream Jeep. Someday I'd love to put an 03-04 Cobra motor in it with a T56 transmission, obviously axles and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll see if YouTube keeps growing. If it does, that'll be down the road someday for sure. But yeah, and then if that happens, so if I end up doing a V8, of some sort swap, I'll definitely put the TJ's drivetrain into the Comanche. So that would be sick. And then at that point, if I do turbo turbo the TJ, then the Comanche will be a turboed 4-liter Comanche. I think would be super sick.
Baja truck.
Exactly, dude. But yeah.
So with you talked about metal cloak,
yes,
rocker guards.
Yeah.
Do those have like a like a bar that comes out, or like a step, or is
Yeah.
it just a plate?
Yeah, so it's almost both. It has a plate that lines up against the side of the Jeep, and then
Okay.
it has like a, you know how my front fenders have like just a tube basically?
Yeah.
It's basically like another tube that comes off of there. So it really looks good. It'll fit and kind of make everything match, because
Yeah.
right now it's got the hole, the side hole where the old fender used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to clean that all up, and I'm kind of debating whether I'm going to have them powder coated or not, because the side of my Jeep in winter like gets pelted with everything. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if I have them powder coat it and then I go with my bed liner over that. That way I don't have
It's like
any
sealed.
Yeah, that way I don't have any kind problems. So that's what I'm kind of been battling with my rear. It's not rusting very bad, but there are a couple spots that I'm in the process of redoing them right now. So they lasted like 4 years, which is pretty good. I mean, for Wisconsin winter with road salt and all that kind of junk. So I'm really happy. So it's obviously a good quality metal.
Mm-hmm.
But, just a couple nicks and stuff that I took care of. So, but I kind of, for the peace of mind, I might do, I don't know. It's expensive though. I think it's like an extra $150 on
For
top of
powder coating.
for powder coating to have them done. So
I was on, it was some jail forum.
Yeah.
And they were doing a build on a two-door jail, like 40s, like crazy
Oh,
build.
that's
You know, it's a
Yep.
brand new Jeep, but they were
Mhm.
up in like, I want to say they were in the Northeast, like up in
Sure.
like Pennsylvania or something like
Mhm.
that. And they POR 15'd everything underneath
Oh.
before they undercoat
Really?
everything. And I know POR 15 is like,
some
that's some serious
gnarly
stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I heard too. Like,
so
don't
that
get
might
it
not
on
be
something you
that might
don't
not be
want it.
bad to like coat your stuff and then hit it with.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
And I don't think it's that expensive either. I think it's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean, it
reasonable. I mean,
doesn't really matter if it
Yeah.
keeps it from.
oh yeah, I
You
mean
know
it
what I
pays
mean?
for itself, man.
The
I mean,
fenders are expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive enough.
right. But I like that you mentioned sound systems, because even on my JL,
Yeah,
like,
how's that system?
it's decent, but I'm already getting like, I have to listen. I mean, I listen to music loud. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Every time like, you come in my car or Jeep and you turn my stereo down or whatever, but I'm already getting like kind of like the distortion on like some of the tweeters
Really?
and stuff. I'm
Oh my
like,
goodness.
I need to
Already
get
blown.
yeah. So it's decent, man. It's not bad, but
Yeah.
it definitely, you can tell it's the bass
stereo.
And I'd like to get they make like under the seat subwoofers, like
That's
kind of
cool.
low profile
Mhm.
hideaway subwoofers. I'd like to get like one of those. I don't want anything crazy, but enough to like
Yeah.
kind of clean the audio up when you can separate the the bass from the
Yeah.
regular speakers. And but yeah, no, I like that you brought that up, because I actually forgot. That's something I would like to do. And you can actually they have like a adapter that you can, like, for the dash on the JLs.
Really?
So you can actually take out the smaller unit and put in the 8.4.
Oh, that's.
And you can
sick.
actually get like an OEM 8.4, and it comes with like
Really?
the activation code. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
it's super
that would be
legit,
awesome.
man. But it's I mean,
How much is it?
it's over $1,200.
Ooh.
So like,
It's
this
funny.
is like stuff that I would
Yeah.
do if like way down the road.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Or maybe as someone aftermarket comes out with something.
yeah. Who
similar.
knows?
Yeah.
Still a young aftermarket for the
Right.
JL, so-
Exactly.
but yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
What about the Comanche? Anything?
Yeah, so the Comanche, I've fixed some things about it, or fixed some things with it, and I don't really necessarily want to like turn into like this big off-road truck, because it is a two-wheel drive truck. So my my plan is more of like a sport street truck, because it kind of has that sport truck look to it already.
Big time, yeah.
So I think eventually doing the 40-liter in it would be cool, but I want to change up some things on it. It needs a new dash. I might want to put buckets in it. I've actually kind of getting used to the bench seat. It's kind of cool, but I think some buckets would be really nice in it.
Yeah.
Definitely need to get like the courtesy lights in the back. They're not there, so I need to get some of those. Just some little things. Some of the interior pieces are cracked, so kind of restore it a little bit to like kind of factory, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But mainly, I think I want to keep it pretty much relatively stock, because
Yeah.
it runs and drives great. Like when I take photos of houses and things like that. It's awesome. I hop on the freeway. It does 70 miles an hour, no problem. It's nice and relaxing. So it's kind of like my little, not daily driver truck, but kind of like my little commuter truck that I'm really kind of enjoying. So,
Yeah, it's awesome.
but yeah.
Cool.
So, I guess we'll kind of change gears a little bit and kind of talk about some new stuff. What are your thoughts on the new Ford Bronco? Not a fan?
If you could see my face right now, yeah. I mean, it looks cool, but I just think it's good. It's gonna be pretty underwhelming in my opinion. Like I love the old Broncos.
Yeah, you've said that for the longest time. You've
Big
always
time.
wanted an old school Bronco.
I would definitely get one in a heartbeat. But I just think, I don't think the new one's gonna last very long. I think the independent front suspension was a weird move, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
For
if you're gonna compete with the Jeep,
yeah, I mean that's why let's be real. That's why they built this thing.
Right.
It's not to compete with other SUVs.
It's
the Jeep.
Yeah.
And that's why it ultimately. Well, I mean that's probably why it got canceled in the first place the first time around when they stopped. Because the Jeep. I mean the Jeep's still getting made.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I think.
Yeah.
It's very tall. Like the body is like it's just huge, man. Like from pictures at least. I don't.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person. I'll definitely have to see it in person.
Exactly. Yeah. I
mean,
to
kind of get a feel for what it's gonna be like, but on one hand, I'm happy they made it because
100%.
Because it's putting pressure on Jeep that hasn't had competition for like ever.
Yeah.
And now they have some competition. So now they're finally teasing a 392 and a Wrangler.
Yeah.
It's about time. Like they should once you get rid of the legendary 4-liter in 06 last year for it, and then 07 you switch to the JK and they put the minivan engine in it.
Bad move.
People aftermarket's done 5.7 Hemis, They should have at least in the Rubicon, you could have a V8 option. They should have done that back in the the JK days.
Yeah. It's odd too because they saw that there was a demand for it because that was literally one of the biggest aftermarket engine swaps.
People spend
like
insane money. Insane money
like
to do a motor.
A Hemi crate
is insane.
Like dude, even like cheap LS swaps.
I know
you're paying like 20+ grand to get a professional. Like it's like
getting
crazy.
it done. Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy. And then a Hemi, and then axles and everything. Like
it's crazy how Jeep hasn't seen it until the Bronco. But it's funny the Bronco, dropping the ball too. Why isn't there a 5-liter in the Bronco?
Yeah,
like
weird move.
It just seems so. At least I think the people who are going to be buying a Bronco are obviously not Jeep people because Jeep people are always gonna like me. I'm always gonna that's what I like. I like the style, I like the history, I like all that kind of stuff.
Me too.
But someone who's buying a Bronco either had a Bronco when they were younger and that had a V8, so wouldn't you want the new Bronco to kind of remind you of your old Bronco? Now they have like it's the two smaller V6
I'm not sure.
V6 engines, or they have a 4-cylinder now I believe, and then they have a V6. It's like and it's a smaller V6. I think it's a 2.7 liter.
So it's not the one that the truck.
It's not the 3.5. No, it's a 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 or the little 4-cylinder. It's just very strange. And then I'm happy they make a manual, but the manual's only available in the turbo 4-cylinder, which.
Well, I just think in today's
I'm happy
age,
they made a manual. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just kind of a bummer that they didn't. I mean, they have an opportunity to like one up a Jeep for sure. Like we have a V8. Jeep doesn't have a V8. But they don't.
Well, I think today's age, I think these auto manufacturers see that an attraction is like the fuel efficient, but also performs well, and
they sound so atrocious.
They sound bad, but like
if you hear,
it's what people are into now.
No
man.
offense to anyone who owns a newer Raptor with the twin turbo V6, it just sounds bad.
Yeah,
the V8 Raptor's awesome. That's a truck. Sounds sick.
Yeah.
The V6 performs and everything. It just doesn't. It just sounds bad.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it should for sure.
Looks
great though.
Yeah, looks
like
phenomenal.
That's the thing that a lot of these trucks and SUVs look awesome.
Yep.
But just
dude,
inside them is like what's the
Fiat Chrysler is literally the only company right now actually putting epic engines in almost all their vehicles. 707 horsepower engine in the Grand Cherokee, the Charger, the Challenger. I believe they're doing it in the Durango now.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be doing it in the Durango.
Yeah.
And then the Ram Runner, whatever they call it, the off-road version of the Ram pickup, which I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks, but
is it a Rebel? Is it a Rebel?
I think so.
Okay.
That sounds familiar. So all like they have massive V8s in all their vehicles, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like no one can compete with them.
Mm-hmm.
No one is. So I don't know. I think definitely Fiat's winning in that area, versus Ford is kind of like little dinky engines, and yet randomly they come out with a 7.3 V8. I don't know if you've seen that one, the Godzilla. Yeah, they come up with a pushrod 7.3 liter V8 that they put in their F-250s.
Whoa.
Yeah, just ran it out of the blue. They're making all these tiny little engines, then they make this. Yeah.
Is it it's a diesel?
No, it's a gas motor, 7.3. Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, very strange.
Did not know that.
Yeah, really, it's really cool. But they don't throw that in there either. Or I don't know why they wouldn't put the 5 liter in it, but I don't know. Ford's strange nowadays.
Yeah.
I miss the good old days back in the 2000s, where they're making Lightnings, Cobras, all the fun stuff.
I think the funny thing too is with these, even the Jeeps, man. These and even mine, man, like they are so refined and so luxurious, but they market them as like these rugged off-road vehicles that people are gonna take like backcountry off-road. And it's like, dude, nobody's, unless you're like a millionaire and can break a super expensive vehicle like all the time.
I know
you're not gonna be doing that like at all.
I know you were sending me some pictures of dudes with brand new JLs. $60,000 Rubicons, and then what, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in Hemi swaps and lift kits, tires.
The axles alone, on some of these Jeeps are $30,000 for both. Like it's like a $15 or $15,000 Dana 60,
and then they're bouncing them off of rocks
and they're
in
like
Moab and
full tilt.
Yeah, they're
near rolling over.
They crash into side rock. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that definitely takes stupid money to do stuff like that, for sure.
That's such a small demographic of customer,
right? But that's all you see on like Instagram.
No, and that's what people and like when people start ripping out comparisons, like, well, the Bronco does this trail and this, blah, blah. It's like, dude, your Bronco's never gonna go on that trail like ever. So it's
funny. Like the thing about it is, like, if you like a Jeep, if you like a Bronco, you kind of like it for what it is. And it's like, you're proud of that. It's kind of capable, but it's like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
like,
I guess
you're driving on the street. I mean, that's like with my TJ. Like, there's nowhere. I see all these like people send in their Jeeps for me to kind of like rate and kind of comment on.
Yeah.
And dude, some of these people like living up in Alaska have these like epic trails. I'm like, that would be so sick to go on those. There's literally nothing here.
No, man.
Nothing. You have to literally drive like
Utah
6 hours up north for like what? Driving up in the woods. There's nothing like
epic, like the Northwoods.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like super cool around here where you can actually like or even when we went to California, like there was off-road trails. Like we're driving on the road. Oh, here's an off-road trail here. I mean, like they're everywhere. There's none here, which sucks. Because
the only thing we have close to us is the Indiana Dunes.
Oh, right.
But that's still like at least 4.5 hours.
I am not driving my TJ on the freeway for 4.5 hours. No way, dude. Like, that's not gonna happen.
But so we'll see. I mean, hopefully the Bronco's good.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be great. I'd love to see it in person. I'd love to drive one. It's definitely like, I just don't like the way it really looks a whole lot.
No, I don't. Yeah, and dude, I sent you pictures. I was like, oh man, looks like I'm getting a Bronco.
Yeah, you did.
And I was like,
I don't know.
Okay, so my problem with the Bronco, the new Bronco, is like everybody that's like pre-ordering them or like thinking about it,
you're
they're
insane.
like,
you are literally insane if
I
you're
know.
pre-ordering a vehicle before it's released.
But it's like the ad for, they're like, oh, Jeep's got a competitor. It's like, calm down. Like, we'll see.
We'll see what it's like. I know
everyone's
IFS, like, oh, it's the Jeep killer.
IFS, I'm already like not impressed.
No, not impressed.
So
motor options, not impressed. At all.
Like pretty much everything on paper, not impressed. So don't sit here and be like, oh, like you Jeepers should be scared. It's like, no.
I don't think they understand the loyalty that Jeep people have to their Jeep. I don't know what it really is, but like, I love my TJ.
We also won World Wars, so we did. Whatever.
Yeah.
Screw you, Bronco.
1942. But
boom.
Yeah. So definitely happy it's coming out. I mean, the more competition,
more
the
innovation,
better.
man.
More innovation, the better the Jeep's going to be.
Yep.
I just don't think. You got fanboys on every side, obviously. And obviously, I sound like a Jeep fanboy.
Dude, I'm a Jeep fanboy. I'll admit it. I don't care.
Definitely interesting. Cool to see them like making. Another thing I do notice is like they have like all these options that you can buy from the factory, like customizable. And to me, the whole like draw of a Jeep is not like buying all the stuff from the factory and like having it done. It's like working on your Jeep.
Exactly.
Like going like me online, my Jeep was bone stock, like going online, researching this type of fender, researching this type of tire, this, and really
and you
fine tune
learn a lot,
it. And
man.
you learn a lot when you are taking your Jeep apart and putting parts on. You learn how everything works. It's really cool. And then also you find like cool Easter eggs. Like when I was, I really wasn't doing anything too interesting, but I was draining the holes, all the water out of my Jeep, and it's cool. There was a little sticker on the top of my Jeep that said, TJ and then the VIN number. It was just cool to see like factory markings and factory stickers on stuff that, it's kind of cool. But yeah, so it is interesting that they have all these like cool options that you can kind of like option up. But like to me anyway, it's just cool like doing that with aftermarket parts and just kind of doing it that way versus like, I guess some people are definitely going to love it, and it's going to be like, oh yeah, I want this, and that, and boom, done, and then never touch their vehicle, and that's fine too. But I think the draw for Jeeps is like really customizing it to your own.
Right.
Like even someone else who has metal cloaks has a completely different looking Jeep than mine is. Different wheels, different suspension, different, finishes they put on the fenders and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's partly too why. And granted, like a Sport S isn't much different than what I have, but that was definitely a thought. I was like, do I need to spend the extra money knowing that I'm going to be just doing this stuff myself anyway?
Right, exactly.
And I think that's like a lot of people have that kind of thought process, especially people that are like Jeep people and have the money to spend on a Rubicon, but then they're like, well, wait a second, I can save almost 20 grand.
I know.
And really go like crazy with the stuff that I pick and choose. And
yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was definitely a thought, and I think it's a thought that goes through a lot of people's head when they're buying a new JL or any Jeep, really.
Right.
Like you said, I mean it's
the
just
Rubicons. They're the top tier. It's like everyone likes the top tier Jeep,
Right.
But is it really worth it?
Yeah. And that's what's nuts too, is that those guys that we're talking about on the internet, they buy Rubicons
and then rip out the axles
and then rip them apart.
It's so funny. They literally rip out what makes a Rubicon, and then put their own stuff in it. It's like they probably would have been better buying a bare bones base Jeep. It would have been
easier probably for them. But
the only thing you get like different, I guess, is like interior. I guess like the dash color and then like the stereo system. But you could that kind of money you could do
whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, I mean that's another good point you brought up. I think the Jeep aftermarket is just so huge, man. It's a lot of options for people to go their different routes on Jeeps, and
right.
It's really cool, man.
It's so cool. Like when people send their Jeeps in, it's so cool.
How different
man.
It's the same vehicle.
Every single person's Jeep I've reviewed all looks so different.
Yep. But all the same vehicle. But they all literally have their own wheel and tire setup, own like how lifted it is or not lifted, or the only thing I can't get behind is the Angry Grill. I try to be as nice as I can. I just really don't like them. The Angry Grill. Oh, Angry Grill.
Angry Grill, yeah.
I thought you said Angry Girl.
No.
I was like, what?
The Angry Grill.
Yeah, I do not like that either. It's like very ricey looking to me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry if anybody that you reviewed has it.
Yeah.
Does someone have it that you reviewed?
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
Oh well, I'm sorry.
No, and it's not. And it's fun. What I always
it's
say.
It's not for me.
What I always say is like when I do the reviews is like, I'm not like hating on anyone's Jeep because you have a Jeep and that's sick and do whatever you want to do. But I say like, hey, it's got like a rating. Here's what I would do. I'd probably pull it off just because I think the stock grill looks better.
Yeah.
But if obviously you bought it, so keep it. Yeah.
So.
Don't hate on
I
whatever,
probably wouldn't be as nice as you just were. I probably would say, "Oh, it looks ricey," but that's just me being a dummy. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm the same. I like seeing the more Jeeps,
classic,
the better.
The classic. Yeah, exactly. The more people driving the Jeeps, the better.
Jeep gang, cool. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like the classic look too as well.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I like the JL over the. That's why I appreciate the JL over the JK. It worked back to the classic look way
I feel more. Like the front end looks more TJ-like
100%.
Than...
Oh, 100, dude, and the hood. And the hood.
It literally is like a newer TJ kind of look too, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I am impressed with too is I've been working a lot on my sister's JL.
Yep. Yeah.
how light the doors are
Oh
compared to
my
my
gosh.
TJ.
You can slam
Dude.
those so hard by accident.
Dude, my doors are, I just put my full doors on.
Yeah.
My doors are so heavy, it's ridiculous. And mine don't have any electric motors. It's all manual everything. And it's just way heavier. So
Yeah.
it was nice. I lifted up the jail door. I'm like, what? This is awesome. It's so light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother Johnny was. He was like getting in and out of the Jeep the other day. And I was like, dude, he was like slamming the crap out of the doors. I'm like, chill. Like it's like all you have to do is just like let it get the momentum going. It'll shut by itself.
Yep.
Like it was weird because remember my doors in the JK.
Oh, dude, you had to slam those things.
And like they were creaky and heavy and they were like corroded and seized up. So the first like week I was just slamming my doors in the jail, man. I was like, and eventually I was like, okay.
Okay, take it easy. Dude, I have to, my half doors, the seals on them are so thick, you literally have to slam them to get them to actually close. Yeah, you literally, because it's funny, like
Jeep problems.
Whenever and someone's new, never been in a Jeep before, every time, without fail, they go to shut it and it won't shut. I was like, you kind of got to slam those. So yeah.
All right. Should we change gears again?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we got plug-in hybrid Jeep.
Oh yeah. I don't understand.
I can't get behind it.
Like
man.
if you're a Jeep person, I don't think you're down for an electric Jeep. I don't know. I guess the only benefit I could possibly see from that is the torque for off-roading. But dude, half the fun,
because it's instant power, right?
Correct, instant torque. Yep. Instant, right off the. Right
but there's no sound.
There's no vibration from the motor. There's no, I don't know. Just like there's just something about like even mine being a stick. There's something about a grunty 4-liter with a manual and you're doing the clutch. It's just that's what a Jeep is, versus like completely silent Jeep. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it. Is it?
It's literally a Wrangler with a plug on the side. But
it's got a different trim though.
Does it really?
Like the Rubicon logo is like light blue instead of like the Rubicon's outline with red. It's like light blue, like electric.
It's literally like a status vehicle. It's like I drive an electric Jeep. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do it, man.
I'm just not down for it.
Yeah,
I just don't know. I don't know. You guys put down in the comments below if you get what do you guys think of that Jeep?
Yeah. I definitely want to hear, because here's my thing is I don't think the technology is there yet to where you can, because like the range for some of these batteries is nowhere near gasoline, right?
I don't think so. I mean, they're definitely.
I know nothing about this. I don't know why I'm saying that.
They're definitely getting better, but.
Like some of those Teslas are like unbelievable, like technology wise. I'm just not a big fan of the electric cars, man.
I'm not into silent driving. It's just boring to me.
Which is funny because you're like a lot of like tech guys are really into like these electric cars,
I know,
man.
It's
like,
and I love tech and stuff, but
funny. Yeah,
when it comes to driving, I like old school.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm not. Nah, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. So, new consoles are coming out. We can talk about some gamer stuff.
Yeah.
So, new consoles are coming out. That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Yep.
New Xbox, new PlayStation.
Ever since having a computer, just really haven't been too interested in the new console stuff, just because I don't know.
I mean, they're definitely like
PC Master Race.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Xbox is sweet though, just because like the nostalgia, like
the nostalgia
to play Halo on a console.
Do you remember back when the 360 first came out, the white Xbox?
Oh yeah,
that was so cool.
And I had like the one that had a 12 gigabyte hard drive.
12? Wow.
That was like a big one, dude. Like
right?
The 12 was bigger.
I got my 360 back behind there.
Is that the Halo?
That's
edition?
the Halo 3 edition. Oh yeah. So it's funny. What's so strange too is the number of Xboxes I had. It's very weird. So the first 360 I had was the white one.
Yep.
That one got the red ring of death.
Mine too.
That everyone's got. Got rid of that and got another just standard white 360. And then remember when the Elites came out, the all black ones?
I got the Elite.
Yeah. I got the Elite as well.
And those had the bigger hard drive.
That was the bigger hard drive. I don't even know if there's any performance difference. It was like, oh, dude, the black Xbox, the Elite. You got to get that one, dude. Do you remember all the custom face plates for them?
So check this out. Well, first of all, my cousin, I think, had... Well, the Halo one, I think, is the coolest one.
Yeah.
But my cousin got the... Shout out Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Garrett and Casey.
Garrett.
Had the... They had the MW2 edition. I thought it was
really?
So sick.
Oh,
dude.
that's cool.
It came with the game. But
that's
but
cool.
no, I had this thing that went around my 360, and then you plugged it into there was like some battery pack that it plugged into or something.
Really?
And it lit up. But it was like a Gears of War one.
Oh, that's cool.
Gears was some of the sickest games, bro.
Dude.
Like, growing up with Gears, I mean, no kid should have been playing those games. Like you're chainsawing somebody's body in half. But
yeah,
man, dude, I'm telling you, I keep saying dude. I gotta stop saying that, but video games back then were so good.
So good. Because they didn't rely on like a lot of these games rely on like all these like loot boxes and unlocking skins and stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like back in the day, they, in order to sell their game, they had to advertise like awesome gameplay,
right,
good maps, all this kind of stuff. Versus like even like, I really like the new Call of Duty, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
All of my maps I hate are all the ones that shipped with the game. All the ones I love are all the DLC ones that were from COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. All of those.
Gosh,
the maps were so much better.
COD 4.
I can't stand the shipments on the new one. Vacant. That one doesn't play as well.
Block was sick.
Yeah. So many good maps.
Remember you flick on night vision too?
Yep. Yeah, they ruined the night vision in the new one. The new one, they have night vision, but they have IR illuminators stuck to your head, so when you go up next to a wall, you get blinded.
Dude, I'm having Vietnam flashbacks right now. COD 4 was sick, man. COD 4
was awesome.
So you know the days, man. It was COD 4, Halo 3. You were playing.
Halo 3, dude. Halo 3 just Master Chief Collection came out on PC. Halo 3 has been released now for I think a month. Dude, the nostalgia was unreal. I was playing with Grant. Literally
Yeah, Grant was a big Halo
dude,
guy,
me
man.
and Grant playing 2v2s in Halo again. It was awesome.
RXOT, what up, Grant?
Dude, the first time I met Grant, his gamer tag was Granite117. That's his name. Yep, that's his original gamer tag. Yep, Granite117.
Remember, Grant was like the best COD player I've ever played with.
Dude, Grant, like best Halo player ever.
Shout out Grant.
Yep.
Miss you, buddy.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, man, those
Bad Company.
Dude,
the Battlefield games. Oh,
dude,
so good. Bad Company 1.
Nostalgia, you're bringing it.
Bad Company 2. Just the best.
What's it called when you play in the same house as someone?
Split screen?
No.
Oh, Council Link or LAN
party.
Yeah, LAN party. Yes.
We used to LAN party Bad Co 1, bro.
Dude, that was sick. You literally in high school you'd bring
16 years old.
You'd bring your Xbox over, and we'd have a TV there, and you'd plug it in. Yeah, that was sick.
I remember your dad would get like not mad. Obviously, he didn't care, but like I'd play on his Xbox. He'd be all excited to play, and they were like, "Oh yeah,
your actually,
Xbox."
Dad,
He was like,
"Dang
oh.
it!" Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah,
dude, us all playing. My dad playing with us too.
And then you had your cousin
Sam.
Sam would play with us.
Yep,
yeah.
Sam would play with us. We'd play Halo with him.
Man,
yeah,
that was a long time
ago.
A
long time ago.
That's 10 years.
2007 was Halo 3. Yeah. That's nuts.
And World at War is obviously
World at War, one of the greatest Call of Duties for sure.
I think it goes COD 4, World at War. Like if they're not tied at first.
COD 4, World at War. I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 2 as well.
Me too.
I like that one. Modern Warfare 3 was okay. It wasn't my favorite, not the worst, but
I just I like the culture for video games back then. Like midnight releases.
Oh, right, dude. I
remember. Okay, I gotta tell a story.
Okay, go ahead.
Grant will love this, dude. Grant and I were playing. What were we? I think it was Call of Duty Ghost or whatever. And I was going where we live. You know how the GameStop is on one road. Down the road is Best Buy. And Grant and I were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it first for this night." We were like, dude, we're still in high school. Were we in high school?
Yeah,
or
17,
just graduated?
18.
And dude, I guess got it before me, and he's at his GTI, and I was like sitting in line. All of a sudden, I heard, and like down the main drag, and it's Grant and his GTI. I'm like, that dude, turd so got funny, it already, dude. Man. He's already like
gaming
15th rank when I'm getting on for the first time, dude.
Dude, that was good.
But no, that was
nowadays,
funny,
nowadays they don't even use a disc. I don't think you literally like download all the games.
That's what's it's
weird.
Games were so crazy back, and like, dude, you'd wait in line for hours, man.
I know.
My brother and I would get there at like 9 p.m.
Wait till midnight
for a midnight release,
and
trust me, we were not there were 10s, 20s, dude, 100 people there sometimes, man.
I know.
And they'd have like giveaways and games and stuff.
Dude,
they'd order pizzas.
Dude, I literally have the shirt you gave me because it was too small. The Advanced Warfare pre-release thing.
Oh, my brother got. I think my brother got it for me, and then it was too small. And I gave it to you.
It's Advanced Warfare, like day 0.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So someday we'll build you a gamer PC again.
Someday.
Because that's what you got to do.
Got to get a MacBook first.
Yeah. Well, we'll let that slide. You can use it for like productivity or something.
Well, yeah, I would use it for work. I wouldn't use it for
gamer PC.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, dude. I think.
Yeah,
right.
It's solid pod.
Yeah. Still fun. It's pretty late too. Actually, it's
almost
11:06 p.m.
Oh, it's after 11.
So anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for episode 2 of the. I don't really have a name for this.
We'll figure it out.
Jeep podcast number 2. We'll call it.
We'll call it the KyleSVT podcast.
Call it KyleSVT podcast. All right, we can call it that. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video or the podcast. This is going to be a video though, so if you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Leave a nice comment down below. Tell us kind of what you guys thought of the podcast or whatever. And so anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for listening in. And we'll see you guys in the next one.